Okay, back out in the garage once again, working on the Suzuki LT230e. Right now I'm working on the rear axle. I'm trying to get the axle out so I can change the carrier bearings. They didn't seem to be in bad shape. There's a little bit of play, and to me they sounded a little bit crunchy when I spun it. And I already got the whole rear end out because I'm doing the swing arm bearings. I made a video on that, but I want to make a quick one on this rear axle because I never had the rear axle out before, and I never done the rear carrier bearings. So kind of learning as I'm going, and there really wasn't any good videos out there online. There were some on the Suzuki Quad Racer, but that's a little bit different animal than this. And even though I had the manual, that wasn't helping me too much because they're not very descriptive. So basically, the few things that I learned, the main thing that I learned is which way this shaft has to be driven out. I thought it had to be driven out this way, but in fact it needs to be driven out this way towards the brake rotor. I can only go to one way. So that's what I'm working on now. Last night I sprayed some penetrating oil in here. I stood it up vertically and let it seep in there all night. So now I'm in the process of tapping this out, and it's actually starting to move pretty easily already. So that's the main thing, because I was trying to do it the opposite way, and it obviously wasn't moving. And what I do is I take the nut that's for the rear hub, and you can see I basically spin it on here backwards, so these little cutouts are facing that way. And I get it where it's flush with the end of the shaft, or pretty close to it. And I'm tapping it out this way. But you do want to be careful when you're doing this. Your best bet is probably to put a block of wood there and tap it that way. Mine's going pretty easily because I did the penetrating oil last night and I let it sit for quite a while. But you got to be careful. You can if it's stuck and you start whacking on this, you're going to mushroom it, and you're going to be buying a $150 shaft. And that's used. I don't even know if you can get them new anymore, but I know when you could, they're over $400. So just to show you real quick. See, she's pushing right out now. So basically, I should be able to pull this whole shaft right out, like so. Got to pull this off, but that's it. I just made that sound easy. I was working on it for about an hour last night, but that's the main thing. I'm hoping that can help somebody knowing which way you got to drive this thing out. But definitely soak it with some penetrating oil, because this thing, if you look right here, you can even tell, how rust it was in there. There's the penetrating oil broke the rust down, so it definitely helped. But yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna get this this axle out, and at some point work on the carrier bearings and probably make another video.